Holy Genting, we are live. How are you all doing, everyone? I had not planned what to say, and then I just thought, what's the first thing I'm going to say?
Bit of a stall, not going to lie.
How are you all doing? Thank you. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast, where we talk about everything theme parks, roller coasters, amusement stuff, basically. But yeah, thank you. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m., sometimes 8:30 p.m., like tonight. But if you are listening to this on podcast, then please come and join us every Wednesday live. Get involved in the chat. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So how are we all doing, everyone? We good?
Good.
Doing well.
Excited.
What's
Yeah,
up?
good.
What's up?
We've got so much to go through tonight. It's insane because we were live last week, but it was a Monday, so there's just even back then there was stuff to catch up on. So it is like a catch up.
And all we wanted to talk about was Nemesis, in it. So.
Yeah, literally, we just thought we'd do that. So, but yeah, no, we've got loads to go through. Mainly from McCall because McCall knows everything.
As always,
just catching up now.
Sure, all right.
McCall is the fountain of knowledge.
That's one way to...
The one thing that isn't on here, which we might touch on a little bit as well, is this whole SeaWorld and Cedar Fair thing going on.
Seems very cheap.
Yeah, exactly,
exactly. Like 3 billion, something like that.
It's pretty much 3 billion. It was a cheeky little. Yeah, something like that.
Like, do you fancy giving us all of your stuff for this amount of small money? Like, in terms of business size, size of the company.
It's the unfathomably complex situation and proposal that I really know next to nothing about.
Yeah, for those of you who may have not seen, just for context, basically SeaWorld made an offer. An unsolicited offer to buy Cedar Fair for pretty cheap, but when you look into it, Cedar Fair are not are in a pretty bad position financially on paper, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're that it looks like they're in a lot of debt. But I mean, you look at Amazon and Netflix, they have not made a profit since they were incepted. So it's kind of you can make things it's just a different world, isn't it, when you get into business finance and stuff.
It's like when Microsoft paid all that money for all the other studios, and this just seems like not enough money to buy an amusement business. Not. But
they're over, is it $2 billion worth of debt or something Cedar Fair are in, whereas SeaWorld on paper are looking like they're making a profit. So it's kind of the way it's ultimately gonna come up to their shareholders. And if they look at it and go, well, actually SeaWorld are looking like they're doing well, it depends how it goes. But if you want more, honestly, Drunk Riders did an amazing podcast on this very subject with Larson. I was going
to bring that up.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
My boy James.
He went so in depth.
He knows his shit. He knows.
It was really interesting, I've got to say. But if you want to know more on that, yeah, definitely the whole SeaWorld thing and get more context on it and really work out what's going on, go check out that. It's the latest one. But yeah, it seems interesting. It seems interesting.
What it could possibly be if it materializes into anything at all.
Yeah. I think they were saying the fact that Cedar Fair have acknowledged it means something, because Six Flags did a similar thing a few years ago and they didn't even acknowledge it. But the fact that they've actually acknowledged it means it's even though it's cheap, it's something, if you get what I mean. So yeah, thanks to everyone in the chat. We've got Emma. How are we doing? Bradley.
Evening.
How are we going? Everyone?
Is that Gents or Gents? I'm not sure which one.
Gents.
You're an
Alison,
idiot.
how are we doing? Chain Dogs. How are you doing? Jesse. Hello.
That was teed up.
Yeah, there we go. So first off, we've got Chessington World of Adventure receives permission to start new themed area construction. Cool. Moving on.
Green light. Build that B&M, Chessington.
Next. We have Oingwazi. Obviously has had its previews. How mad was that, seeing all the pictures and videos? I made a tweet saying I still don't believe that it's open, and I thought it was all fake. I just thought people were pretending.
Fake news.
It's just a
Conspiracy theory.
an AR coaster that's always been put in the skyline,
Yeah.
It's actually
I think
everyone's in VR headsets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
hologram.
think the coaster exists. I just think it's a really elaborate set piece, just a bit of theme, really. That's what I think it is. I don't think it actually is.
Have
a
you seen the
coaster.
amount of lights that are underneath it? Someone showed a photo on Twitter earlier. I can't remember who it was, forgive me, but there was like loads of spotlights. It looked like someone in NL2, and they forget to hide the lights. Like it's just dotted around. Looks really cool. The layout looks insane. The airtime, actually seeing the riders on the train now as well. Looks crazy. I'm so stoked. Come on, June, hurry up. I can't wait.
The reviews of it are looking very, very promising.
That barrel roll, insane. Looks mental.
For sure.
Have we? Do you know? Obviously, Mikhail, you will know. Anyone you know who has ridden it yet? Who has done Zadra? Is there anyone been able to make them comparisons?
Who's ridden? Oh, let me think. Well, I was just about to say a guy I know who was actually at Icebreakers Media Day as well. I know he rode it today. I don't think he's ridden Zadra as well though.
So no,
but,
then
like he was saying. So yeah, basically no one. But he was saying that
in a week's time.
Well, like in the Drunk Riders Discord, you know, like James Lawson, Sloan are all in there. Obviously, I rode Zadra with them, and they were all saying the same things I was in that. Just like from what.
I'm gonna be in Florida in August. So if you're around, if anyone's around, then definitely.
I'm trying to be over there in September. So
I'm trying to organize.
Is everyone just buggering off to America and leaving me?
Yeah.
That's just
it's gotta be done, mate. It's been too long. I've been stuck in this country far too long. Get me out of this hellhole, man.
You were very posh then. Far too long.
Yeah.
That was on purpose, bro. Anyway,
but I'm going in August, right? And me and Joe have dedicated ourselves to do drinking around the world at Epcot. Sam from Expedition Theme Park said he's going to do half of it with me. He's not committed to the full lot because I don't know, it's whatever. But we're me and Joe are doing it. But maybe we need someone there. Maybe it's good to have.
I'll do the other half with him in September.
Yeah, well, that's it's got to be done in one go. What? You can't do it. You can't do it in portion. But yeah, So, what's your point about Angwazi and Zadra?
Well, just like the guys that I rode Zadra with in last year were saying a few of the same things as me, in just that like the pacing of Gwazi looks to resemble Zadra more so than any other RMC, and you know, like a couple of them had ridden it, and like within recently, because like it was employee previews last week as well, and like one or two of the guys who happen to work at Bush Tampa in there were saying just like how ridiculous it is, how ridiculous that death roll is as well, and yeah, it looks very good.
Well, it'll be good because when I
by the time sausage roll in my vlog, I think
sausage roll.
I thought it was sausage roll.
Sausage roll. That's what he's calling that in version. Well, that element.
Nice.
So
okay.
So it's good because by the time I do it, because I'm going to Energylandia in April. So when I do Angwazi,
you'll have ridden Zadra by the time you go over
there. So not that far in between.
Angwazi will be my first RMC.
Untamed was mine.
I'm
going from Untamed was like a revelation to me. It was like so good.
I will say, Luke, and obviously Sean can attest to it as well because he's written Untamed. Be prepared for probably the most unforgiving lap bar you've ever.
Yeah.
But
I don't know about you, but you forget about it after you. As soon as you go over that hill, you'll forget about it. Like it is definitely startling when you first get into the restraint, because especially when we're so used to like getting into really comfy, like, you know, intimate max seats, and then suddenly you have to just shove yourself into this.
We were
thing.
brought
The
up with
shin
Pleasure
guards are
Beach.
just-
Nothing is comfy at the Pleasure Beach, especially not in the 90s.
I reckon compared to, I mean, mate, give me any of the old woodies, them restraints compared to RMC, mate. You're like, you don't
Really?
It's
Wow.
they look like it feels like you get into a child's seat. Like that's how it feels. Like it doesn't feel natural.
Is it worse
but
than
like-
Hero though? I mean,
no,
It's
no,
more restricting
no.
than Hero.
It's more restricting. The problem with it's different
The
because
thing
with
is, though,
with
the thing is, though,
with
because
San
this-
Perla with San Perla Valairs, the uncomfortable is because you're not restrained in and you rattle about. That's where the uncomfortable part comes. But go on, McCall.
The thing with the restraint is like it's tight fitting, and then obviously the shin guards are pointless in my view. I still can't think why they're there. But I mean they don't affect me that much, but like they are there. But the seat's really comfortable. Like the seat is basically a bucket seat, and the seat itself is really fine. Like it's comfortable when you sit in it. It's just the lap bar. It's literally just the lap bar that can make it a bit of an uncomfortable situation for some people. Me personally, I don't have that much of a problem with it. I do feel its presence, but like Sean said, once you get into the ride, you like me personally, forget it doesn't impede my experience that much.
I've heard very mixed. Like some people do find it unbearable. Joe found it fine, but after like a few re-rides,
after like 17 rides, she was like, okay, now I got bruises everywhere.
She's never had like a coaster that's given her bruises like that before. Like it was insane, really. And the bruises come up like the same day. Like so,
wow,
it's just on your thighs. It's really,
bring it on. I can't wait. Does anyone know in the chat or anyone listening, if you can put it in the comments of this video as well after, does it have a single rider queue?
I have no idea.
If anybody can let me know in the comments, I would really appreciate it, because I would be going on it on my own.
Yeah.
Think.
I'm sure you got to try and get Tanya on there.
Not a chance.
I'm still to go.
I really can't remember if I saw any single rider lines.
It's
last time I was
Tampa.
there.
Yeah, but it's Tampa. Have they got a lot of single rider queues? Do you remember?
That's what I'm trying. I can't remember if I didn't go on any. Did I go on any rides by myself? I can't remember.
Just let me know in the comments if Busch Gardens
Luke,
has.
if you hide me in your suitcase, you won't have to go on it by yourself.
That's true.
Just saying.
Well, when are you going again? What month are you going?
June 22nd.
June. Okay. So it might start getting a bit. I was going to say, because if you go like in the week to a lot of these, it depends when you go really. But because I remember when I went to Universal, and we like pretty much there's like no queues anywhere.
Yeah, what we've done is we've planned
you also
other stuff around the weekends.
Went in March, yeah.
Other than July the 4th at Magic Kingdom, because I want to be there. I know it's going to be a hellhole, but it's going to be awesome to experience that. But our other park trips are all during the week. We're going to the Space Center at the weekend. We're going to the Everglades at the weekend. So,
the Everglades are so
shout out to Sloan, man. The pictures looked really cool. It looked like you had a really good weekend.
Mate, from what I heard, it was a it was a blowout. Like, it sounded great. I wish I could have been there.
But again, happy birthday. We said it last time, but now it's gone. Happy birthday still.
Now you're just old.
Birthday.
I'm joking.
Wow.
Mate, I'm not far off. I'm not far off before you know it. So Traction Stuff saying didn't notice any single rider queues there in September. So,
long day for me.
Yeah, long day of just queuing for that one ride.
Yeah,
just try get there on a midweek day.
The RMC bruises are real. That's what I'm saying. She knows.
Yeah, she does.
I bruise off most lap bars, the joys of twin. Yeah, you're gonna struggle, Emma. I think.
Oh yeah,
because you're tall as well, so you're gonna. I think you're gonna struggle with them, but we'll see. I don't think you've done any RMCs, have you? Yeah, I can't remember. So yeah, but
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear you guys' views on Zajra.
Oh man, I'm so
that's gonna be a
James.
fun
We need to get out to Energy
when
Land
we recap that shit.
It's man, I can't wait. Like honestly, there's just so much there. The problem at the minute is, which is like with all coaster trips, is once you start planning it, you start going, oh, why is only this far to get this other cred? Like obviously, Lek, we want to go.
James already did this with Europa Park. It was like it was like we'll do this, and then we can do that in the same week, and it'll be done.
No,
and we'll
genuinely, Fantasia and Europa Park easily achievable in the same week.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, they're very far from each
the
other.
train link from Frankfurt straight down to Europa Park. It's really easy.
That's a good like 4 or 5 hour trip, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's only about 2 hours on the train.
Is it?
Yeah, only 2 meal deals. It's all good. We can handle that.
Yeah, it's not.
We're thinking of doing basically. We're going to one of my good friend's wedding, and like he's local and his fiance is just from Germany. So like they're having their wedding in Germany, and it's about an hour and a half away from Europa Park. So we've already booked to go to the wedding. So we're going to get on. But the way it's like, the way it's lined up is we come back from Florida, we get a connect. We literally have to stay overnight and then go to Germany. So it's going to be just like an insane, insane trip. But like, I'm kind of glad because it's kind of like, you know, when you come back from like a holiday like Florida, you get that kind of blue.
The jet lag's going to be even worse because you're going an extra.
You don't know where you are. Like your watch will just be spinning. Like,
yeah, man. I'll be trying to like vlog myself with a stick or something, man. I'll be like,
if you got an Apple Watch, it'll just throw this emoji at you.
I don't know
where the fuck in the world you are.
Multiverse are we in now?
It's like it'll be more like, does it even matter anymore? Nah.
No.
No. Yeah,
I don't care, bro. Do what you
think about the play meals you're gonna have to
eat.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot of
you need to get some proper food in between.
Well, the last time we come back from Florida, we was coming back and Joe's grandma surprised us with like an upgrade of seats, and it was like it was Virgin, and it was like, I can't remember what they call them now, but it was like you know they have like a first class and they have like business and an executive. We was like the executive level, where it's literally your chair turns into a bed. You have your own like little cubicle thing. Yeah. And we was coming back and I was like, this is ruined flying for me forever now. Some things you're just not meant to experience.
Yeah.
You're just not meant to experience that.
When we did premium for the first time with Thomas Cook, when we went to Vegas, we were like just getting snacks from holding our hands up, beer would appear on the table. It was just like, oh, it's so good. Now it's like, should we fly economy? It's like, no. It's more than 2 hours.
We're flying economy just because we got the best. Well, obviously because I can't afford to do anything else, to be honest. But also, it's like it's such a long flight, and it's going to be British Airways as well, so it's going to be like terrible. And
don't say that. I'm flying British Airways for the first time to Norway in April.
They're real annoying. They're not great. I don't think they're great. But
probably an upgrade from Ryanair and EasyJet for me.
Oh yeah, I mean that's if I'm going to Europe, I'm going to cheat. I'm getting Ryanair or EasyJet. But
everybody clap.
I don't think EasyJet go to Orlando. But
when I went over in November, I flew with Virgin. That was really nice. It was nice to get
Virgin are good.
Yeah, so I'm flying with Virgin. I can't wait. We're in premium as well, so it's like
cool. Nice.
Yeah,
but we got like such a good deal on our flights to Orlando. It was like 2 weeks. Why can I hear like fidgeting?
It might be James doing his Rubik's Cube.
I was about to say, I feel like it's James and the Rubik's Cube.
Put it down, bro. It definitely sounded like, I did think it was a Rubik's Cube. That was so weird. I was like, it sounds like a Rubik's Cube. It was. Can hear that sound anywhere. But no, we got like We got 2 weeks accommodation and flight for like just at like 1,200, and it's like a really nice hotel as well. And it was just like, you
Is that
can't
each?
like, no, that's for both of us.
Holy shit! Wow,
That's what I mean.
Okay.
It was in the sale. It was in the British Airways sale, and that's what made us like book it. Obviously, like the park tickets like cost more than all
still
that.
800 for park tickets. Like, mad.
Which is crazy when you put that
You know
together.
what's crazy?
Like,
That they
Jesus.
don't do a 7-day full Florida experience ticket. They only do 14. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? They want you there
Yeah.
as
So a
much
lot
as
of
possible,
international
so
tourists
they
don't
can
go for
recruit
7
the-
days. They go for like it's like minimum 40.
yeah, but
Yeah, to
It's-
go
it
to
could still be an
America, you
option.
want
Like 600. Oh, that'd be fine for like 7
That's
days.
basically
but
them. That's basically telling you, them telling you,
you used
we're
to
not
stay
going to give you
longer.
that
Yeah.
because you won't get it all in.
No.
yeah.
pretty
To
much.
be fair.
We've got a
Um,
Word document, and it's just like park.
Well, I
Something
told
else,
you,
something
man.
else,
Like
something else.
shopping,
I did.
park.
Yeah.
I told you, didn't I? Like when I went with Jo and her family, like
Yeah.
they all had days off because they were like, we need to do something other than that. So they went to like
Yeah.
water parks, shopping. You know, just went and saw everything. I was just like, there's still more to do. I was going to the parks by myself. I didn't have one day off, and there's still things like I missed out on. And that's why, and that was only doing Universal.
Yeah.
And Disney. Like that was not even touching SeaWorld and Tampa. So it's good though now because but it's good though because you can get a lot of stuff done now, Luke, and then next time you go,
oh yeah, for
you're
sure.
like you'll have crossed a lot because there's going to be a lot of things I don't re-ride when I go back because I'm like, I've done it.
There won't be. There'll be probably everything at Bush other than maybe a few things that I won't re-ride. Same at SeaWorld probably. Yeah, there's just going to be lots of things, but we're going to be spending more time at. We're doing 3 or 4 days at Universal, but we're so close to Universal, we can literally just walk there. So it's like it's not a thing. But Disney, because we're at the top end, it's quite difficult to get to. It takes like an hour to get there, or an Uber, $40, whatever it is. But it's going to be literally, if we're going Disney, we're going
20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're going. If we go Disney, we're going down there all day, basically, and then we'll be up the top end, or fun spot or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
we're
like down. We're in Kissimmee where we're staying.
Yeah,
in a hotel. So like I can't wait to keep going. I think fun spot's such a good.
You know that massive McDonald's. The massive McDonald's in Orlando. We're literally like a street away from it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'll be trying everything on the Orlando McDonald's menu.
Oh, mate, it's got to be done, isn't it? Like McDonald's
they do pizza. It's just crazy. I want to try it.
I didn't see that.
Pizza from
you got
McDonald's?
Branch out, man.
I don't think I'd like.
I will be doing that.
No, it is fun. Like because like McDonald's are the same everywhere. I love. I'm not even a big I don't even have McDonald's that much. But if I go to another country, I have to try. Like when I went to Thailand, like the fact that you could get like rice and like Thai food in McDonald's like blew my mind. Like when I go to like Netherlands, they have like also me being vegetarian, like go to the Netherlands and they have like their veggie menus. Amazing.
You're not wrong, Carl.
Mate, we said this. We were like, if we lived in Orlando, I would be the size of a house because everything's just so tasty. Like even the pop, cheap. Well, until you put tax on it, they don't tell you about that.
Or eat from Disney. Yeah, actually, think.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we've got so much to go through. Why do we get on this tangent?
Because it's good to talk about food.
Okay, so Icebreaker Media Day, first rides. We've seen people, we've witnessed how much airtime this actually has, which I think was a big surprise to a lot of people, really. What did we think?
I thought from the get that this coaster, when it was being constructed and when Midway Mayhem was showing the test footage of it, that it was gonna pack a bit of airtime, and it looked so much fun. And seeing everyone's reactions and stuff. I love the branding for it as well. I know it's a bit of a weird off the cuff thing to say, but like some of the merch is pretty cool. Like I really do like it.
It seems different for them.
Yeah, and I really think it's a ride that has been made to go in the right direction. Great step up for Mako in between what they've got. I think it's perfect. I think I'm so excited to ride Icebreaker, to be honest with you, because it's the multi-launch thing that I want to do. Basically, it's a free rollback. Like you can,
there we go.
It's just
got
crazy.
Orion, his video. But yeah, like you can kind of. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's
it's because of my bloody. I don't know why it does this every time.
Well, we'll see the airtime. Second half is a lot better than I expected. Yeah, for sure. Like it looks like it packs up. Does it pace well? Like it looks like it paces well for all of the hills.
Yeah, no, it looks super fun. It looks like for what it's aimed at as well. It just looks like a very fun coaster. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Icon in a way, in terms of how it's just fun. It's not like super aggressive. It's just like, unless you do it at night, then it is a little bit more aggressive. But
I kind of feel like SeaWorld now needs a coaster as like a step up in between, like the kiddie coaster in Sesame Place and Journey to Atlantis, and then Icebreaker.
Yeah,
I feel like Icebreaker might be on that family thrill level, similar to something like the Bolton, which is it's a bit more than a family coaster. They need something like to maybe satisfy that mid ground in between their kiddie coasters. Well, the one kiddie coaster they have and Icebreaker now. But
so I'm still not a fan of the 4 launches. It should have stayed as the normal 3.
Oh, projection! That's my friend Alex. What's up?
Is
projection.
it?
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
So did you do it? I'm guessing. Did he experience it?
So
Alex?
yeah, he was out in Florida in January / like sometime in January.
Yeah,
I think it was. So yeah. I'm not sure if he actually did ride it. I think he was saying that.
There you go.
Oh, he did get on it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember if he got on it or if he just missed it. But
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this when I was first seeing it, like testing and stuff. I was like, is that just gonna feel like you're just there for a while? Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
But everyone else anyway who was like doing it was saying it was just super fun, and it was like people were getting some serious airtime just off that bit. I think especially if you're like on the front, you seem to be getting, especially except for like the first top hat, it seems like people are getting a lot more airtime on the front, which is weird.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying that on the second of the 4 launches they weren't expecting to get airtime on that second of the 4 launches, but they were already feeling like the step ups, like the step up into the top hat. That's probably that's probably the point you just made. But
you said it in a more elegant way. So
projection was saying he saw testing but didn't ride it, but just based on the POVs, not a fan of the initial backwards launch. And like I mean like I can see what they were trying to do, just extend the ride time in a cost effective way, not having to spend more money on like more track to extend the ride time and stuff. But it does seem a bit redundant having 4 launches. I feel like they could have achieved what they achieved.
I was trying to figure it out, man.
With what they achieved with 4 launches in 3. But I mean, like I kind of feel like after like it, like by the time you've experienced all of the other like moments within the ride, for me personally, I don't think I'll mind that it took 4 launches to get going.
I think that I think the only issue is it's going to increase the queues. When you calculate that all up, it's extending the ride time, but it's also extending the queue time. So it's interesting to see how that plays.
I think that
but it's
we'll see how it.
But it's
4
not
pops
really...
of more acceleration. Oh, nearly going over. Oh, there's full acceleration. Like it's
But where's the
cool.
blocks though? So does the next one get launched when the first train is in the station.
Does it go forward before it goes over?
Yeah,
as the other train comes in. So
yeah. So that like the piece of track that takes it over to the launch section is also the transfer track.
Yeah.
So like it's out of the state. So as one goes out of the station, the other one is going into the station, and while
that's being transferred over.
Yeah, while that's being transferred over, and that train's going about in the layout, they're already loading the second train.
Yeah,
so when that one comes in,
but then they've got to wait. But then are you just waiting for quite a while until you?
Well, once it's gone over the top hat, that transfer track can come straight back over.
Yeah, once it clears the top.
But then it comes out. Yeah, then so when it goes out, and then
so it'd just be the train following it straight in.
Still quite a while. I don't know. I need to have another look at it, but to me,
you never know. They might be able to change it.
We would have to see it in motion.
No, you wouldn't be able to. But I'm just saying, if you lowered the amount of like the launches,
they might be able to change the amount of launch.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just wondering, like when it's when it properly launch, like when does it open? Is it open now?
February 18th.
February 18th. So it'd be interesting when they get proper queues and stuff, how fast it's getting through there, because it's been pretty hyped, and I think a lot of people are really excited to do it now. So they'll get a big load of people there.
I like
go and do it.
It's BXN's point there, saying we're desperate in need of something like Icebreaker in the UK.
Well, yeah, Albert,
it would fit in. Yeah.
Albert Green was saying, do we have anything like this in the UK? Not really. No.
Not really, no.
Nothing like that.
No.
Like I say, the closest we have would probably be Icon, but it's very different in a lot of different ways, and it's probably much. I don't know. I'd say it's a little bit bigger, in terms of like length and I don't know. It's hard to judge until you're doing both, but I'd say that's probably the most like coaster we have. In terms of intensity as well.
Sure.
But yeah, I think something like that model could do really well in our parks. But I don't know, it's a weird one, because I would
like to see that model of Coaster Sean themed up, like going through some sort of structure.
I think a park like Drayton Manor would be.
I think so.
Drayton Manor.
I would like to see that model of coaster with better trains.
Yeah,
that's what I'd like to see.
Or just better trains in general.
No, better trains. Not just how they look, just the seats are a squeeze. You'll see when you ride it. Like the seats are a squeeze. Like the seats aren't the most comfortable things in the world, and the restraints. Well, first of all, they have the comfort collars, which do absolutely fuck all. Like absolutely fuck all, and the restraints have shin guards on them as well, just like RMC lap bars do. It's not the most comfortable.
Fair.
What's the obsession with shin guards at the moment?
Who knows?
Yeah. Apparently, you get a lot of injuries and shins on coasters. Just to protect you from fish, basically.
Have you seen that? What is it?
I thought that'd be fin guards.
I hate you so much.
Okay.
Coaster Connection was saying, I tried to get in the queue for Icebreaker last week, but they were only letting in pass holders. I've just arrived home from my Lando trip this morning.
You should have grabbed someone's pass off them and said, can I borrow your pass? Like, let me in. Like,
let me in.
How did it work, I hope you had a good time in Florida. Yeah. I was just going to buy a pass.
Yeah. It does look like a lot of fun though. It will. Yeah. I don't know if I'm like super excited to ride it or anything, but like I'm looking forward to seeing how it is.
What's the extra news with, because on here got Pantheon and Emperor? Is there anything like? Is it just the opening days? Oh yeah, because we haven't actually talked about that, have we? God, that was so long ago, Brad.
It was 2020, 2021. Yeah.
No, it was a couple of weeks ago when they got announced.
The opening days for this year. So Pantheon is opening March 25th and I mean all of these have their pass holder previews beforehand and everything. I can't remember the days that they start for each one and stuff. But Pantheon is opening March 25th. Emperor over at SeaWorld San Diego is opening March 12th. Now, I am aware that Pantheon has already had some employee previews recent, I think last week. And, you know, people have certain employees have shared their opinions, and like they're varied from, you know, like good, really, really good to it's fun and it had no airtime depending on the time of day that they rode it and stuff, and like good but not as good as Velocicoaster, etc., good but no theming, stuff like that. And yeah, and that's my one takeaway from it at the moment. Like I will hopefully get to see it in the see it and ride it for myself in the near future, but they just fucking they had you'll understand. Sean and James won't understand this reference. You will, Luke. They had a layup. Like they had the easiest. They had the easiest opportunity to make this such a well-themed and well-presented thrill coaster, and they dropped the ball entirely. It's as bare bones as I've ever seen a thrill coaster. Like you think of it, you know when people say that if you put this coaster in a field, what it'd be like? just drop it in a field. Just drop all the theming off it. Just drop it in a
coaster
field.
Pre-build.
Literally, that is what Pantheon looks like right now.
No way.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's sad, especially at a park like Busch Gardens Williamsburg as well.
Yeah, because I was watching. I can't remember what it was. It was either in a Twitter comment or Twitter thread comments, or it was on a video of Pantheon. And loads of people were saying, I really like how they've tried with the theme in here. And I was like, are they seeing it? I was like, am I missing something here?
Tried where?
I was like, I didn't understand it. But yeah, maybe it was that, or it's like the station or something. I don't know. But I was like, no. I was like, they could have done a lot. The coaster itself, I'm still really excited for it though. Like
the coaster's going to be great, but
it's going to look good. But they could have tried. Yeah. I think that's what it's just a location of it as well. Like for example, I mean Icebreaker it's got a cool logo and stuff, but it's just standard. But because it's by that lake, it looks really nice. Sometimes all you need is some water. Yeah. That's literally all you need. So I think because the fact that it just is plonked there, it just looks a bit out of place. But
I think that's what
I remember one person
stand out.
I remember one person said that it looks like it was just plonked down on like a former horse's pasture. Like he used no. What's funny about that is that he used those exact words, but that's exactly what that plot of land used to be.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so funny, man.
It literally used to be called Italy Pastures.
Oh, really?
And they used to, And so, it's
go on.
It's hilarious.
That is, it's they definitely, they missed a trick there.
Yeah,
but it does look cool. I've got to say, it's still really exciting to me. I like the fact that it's got a lot of like kind of RMC inspired elements. It looks very RMC. I think we said that before, haven't we? I don't know. It goes a lot slower over that top hat than I thought it was going to originally go when I saw the original testing. I don't know if that's
but like it's funny because like in the like the first testing videos that we saw, like it was flying over that top hat, and now it's just
obviously they're testing different speeds, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, they will have been testing it in like a lot of these intimate multi launches have like a boost mode
it's also like when we all watched firsthand when on Pleasure Beach Experience, and they were doing like all the the underpowered, overpowered tests.
Overpowered
they do that. We could just watch that up close, and so there's that sort of stuff as well.
But the thing is that like I did think about it once I saw that they got it going again, and like it was creeping over the top. I was like, wow, that's really not going over as fast as it was before. But like I started thinking about it, and in that back row, in that back row, when it feels like like you're in the back row and you've not even gotten to the top of the top, and it's just creeping over, you feel like the train might not make it over. And then you just get full send just down.
Well, this
that is going to be sick. That's going to be great.
This is what my point was going to be. Was like I was pretty surprised at how slow it was going over, but then I was like, but that's not a bad thing.
It's not. It's really not.
It's not a bad thing.
It's like when stealth only just makes it over and you fly over it.
Yeah.
So much fun. You just kind of like it's a different.
And I'm disappointed every time. That happens because I really want to bloody roll back.
Oh, hey, I
just wish
it'll actually happen.
That weekend where it was just rolling back constantly, I was like,
wasn't it a week? Wasn't it like an entire week?
I was about to say
it was like a week.
It was more than a week.
Because I was like, I was so close to like driving down.
I was tempted to go.
And I was like, if I don't do it, I'm going to regret it. And now I'm regretting it because I'm like, I probably would have got it because a lot of people.
Loads. There was like 4.
I think someone got like 3 in a row.
Yeah,
that week.
Yeah,
that
was so funny.
But no, it looks cool. Anyway, we've got more to get going on.
Emperor looks
good
as well.
Yeah, Emperor get fast.
Let's have a look at so quickly, Epic Universe to be open by summer 2025.
Indeed.
Pretty much. I mean, we talk about London Resort, right? How long that's taken to come around. Like, I'm pretty sure
that was meant to be open about 10 years ago.
I mean, this Epic Universe, they bought the land, in like the 90s or something to plan something there, and then it got sold again, I think, and then they bought it back. I can't remember what happened, but this has been. But yeah, it's.
I mean, you say that, but I will put a hell of a lot more trust in Universal and Comcast. Than the London Resort.
The London Resort, I had like really low expectations of that happening. Started getting a little bit excited. I knew I shouldn't have been, and I started, and now I'm just like, I watched Coaster Bots.
Well, now where they've been told. Where they have a report that they need to submit, and then
I didn't even know that until tonight.
Can we get an extension on it? And then they just go, either submit it or withdraw your application.
Yeah,
it's legit going to be a
do one or the other.
It's going to be a swimming bath.
I said this. This is what I've said from the start. I said something will get built there, but it will be like a Nando's, a View Cinema. It'll be one of them complexes, and then
shitty walk, not a city walk.
And then it will just be that in the end. They'll do stage 1, which is build like that arena thing or something, and then
the arena and like the retail kind of area.
It'll just be that. I think that's what I'll end up with it. Which is depressing.
There'll be a wheel. Yeah. The Merlin will still be like, don't build a wheel. You can't build a wheel.
You can't do that. Yeah, you're not allowed.
The wheel.
But yeah, so Epic Universe though, it looks sick. It's going to be amazing, really.
Some of the theming from the areas in there just look absolutely out of this world. It looks so good.
The reason why I'm getting more and more excited about Epic Universe now is the attitude and approach that Universal and Comcast are displaying towards getting it going, getting construction, like having construction going as fast as possible.
Yeah, and they've got like the groundwork down now, haven't they?
Yeah, they're in full swing with it all, and it stems from their attitude towards pushing the construction of Velocicoaster on during the pandemic. They're just taking the opportunity they have in front of them right now and going completely full send with getting this project up and going as quickly as they can, and they have high hopes for this thing in terms of competing with the world's best with the world's like best, most popular destination theme parks. And like they're knocking out permits and planning applications left, right, and center. Everything's getting approved. Like I'm feeling real good about the eventual product that this is going to be once it's time to open it.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that coaster itself, man. That just looks mental.
I think
there's so much.
like it's the thing to think about this as well is I was reading about it and I didn't really think about it until I read this article. I don't even know where I read it, but anyway, it was just the fact that it's very different to a normal like Universal style layout of a park as well. The fact that they're doing the whole what's it called? It's very like it's all revolves around one center area coming out. Like the hub.
It's like a different approach to the hub and spoke kind of.
That's the hub and spoke. But then you've got there's only one way in and one way out, and that's just like even Disney don't do that, you know.
No.
So it's very like immersive. If you look at the worlds, it's like they've learned a lot from you know the Harry Potter lands to be like let's make this wow immersive. I think Pandora is kind of like that in a way where you go in and go out and it has like a big effect on the way you perceive an area because you're just not like passing through it, and it's like, and I think it does a really good job of crowd control as well, because you're not just having loads of people like in Islands of Adventure, especially through you know Hogsmeade. You know, a lot of people that gets packed, and a lot of people are just passing through there. They're not even like staying in there. So, and it's just like a real pinch point of the park.
Yeah.
So this will will help with that, I think, a lot. But yeah, just for that overall immersion, it's great. They're just doing these like locked off areas that you can't see over and stuff, and it's going to be interesting.
That's one thing I love. Like when you're in these areas, you're not going to be able to see anywhere else in the park while you're in them.
No.
Because it works at like Islands of Adventure because it all kind of mingles into one, and it's kind of like the charm of that park in a way, isn't it? Where you can see other areas from there. Yeah. There is certain bits where it's like I don't know how. I haven't been there since obviously Velocicoaster, so I don't know how that imposes on Hogsmeade. I can't. Can you see Velocicoaster from points in Hogsmeade? I'm guessing
you can see Velocicoaster from damn near anywhere in the park, honestly. but
I didn't think that. I didn't know because I was thinking because the you know the stores you know are so could kind of mask it if you're like if they're taller than you. But
like because Hogsmeade's main pathway is quite narrow in comparison to anywhere else in the park. Like the buildings are much closer to you than other buildings are in other areas. So like it's only really once you get to like behind the three broomsticks where you go out onto that sort of like that rear balcony that you can see obviously Velocicoaster.
I love that. I love chilling there. It's one of the best places.
I can't wait to stand there.
Nice.
I'll be honest.
I spent a bunch of time just taking photos from that balcony. It was really nice.
So nice. It's kind of hidden as well, unless you don't know about it. Like you kind of got to know that little spot, haven't you?
It is good that you don't have to, because I had heard that you had to actually be like buying something from the three broomsticks to go out there, but that wasn't the case. Like you can just
because you can get around the back of it, can't you?
Yeah.
Because you don't have to even go through the place. You can just go around.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just duck in just by the side of it and go get all the footage you want, Luke.
Yeah, I will.
But no, it's exciting. But yeah, it's it's quite.
Hey, Ben.
The thing is, they're going, like you say, they're going full on with it to the point where they're putting in like millions of pounds to widen that road that goes from
the Kirkman Road extension.
So it's going to be like twice the size or something, and they'll obviously be having like shuttle buses or something going back and forth. Which is cool. I mean, to be fair, I like Universal, the fact that it's all in one place and it's all next to each other. That is a bit of a thing, but at the end of the day, like if you've just got to jump on a bus to get down there, it's not going to be a big deal, and it's big enough that you're going to spend an entire, because that's the thing. You go to like Universal, you can just, a lot of people just go between the parks all day. You know, you can just go, you know, but this is like massive. Like this is like a 2-day. It looks like by the looks of it like a 2-day park easily.
And I think about that road extension or highway extension, whatever it is. I think the extension is just for shuttle bus only lanes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
The shuttle. I mean, this is just a guess. Like I'm just guessing that the shuttle buses will be running from the other resort hotels at Universal Orlando, or just the pickup and drop off point, and just running from there, and then going down wherever they'll be able to access the shuttle bus only lanes. So like there'll be no traffic getting down there. It'll be real super easy to get down there and stuff.
I believe that Orlando in general seem to have upgraded the shuttle bus network, on the bus network in general in Orlando. There's been a lot of works that have been posted online of like new stations popping up here and there, like in between stops and stuff now, making it more accessible for people who can't drive, which is fucking awesome for me. So I'm going to try and utilize it and do a really good in-depth video on it as well for anyone coming over from the UK, because I can't find a decent video on it. Like, if anyone could point me in the right direction on one, that'd be great. But I'm going to try my best to do one once I figure it out myself. So
that'd be good. That would be really good. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think when I went, we drove, but then we just got Ubers, because Ubers are pretty cheap as well. If you're doing like a late night, if you're doing a late night,
well, there will be a few of them.
Yeah,
sure.
It's pretty easy to come by. I think it's Lyft or Uber at the Disney. I think it's Lyft. Maybe I can't remember. It changes all the time, doesn't it? But it's going to be cool. What we got next? B&M, their over-the-shoulder lap bar modified seat column system. B&M bargains.
B&M all bargains.
Look at that fancy thing!
Right over top
of us.
That's a B&M train.
Right?
Can I sit in one?
I'll be
I can't. Yeah. I'll end up sitting on my seat. I mean, stand up.
Just chilling there.
That's definitely not an Intamin multi-launch train or anything.
That is an Intamin. That is an Intamin. So, like, it seems like, what do we think? Is this to replace their clamshells?
So, it's not clear what this will be for yet.
Is it a trend?
There has been like questions floating around as to whether or not this will be the seat column system that B&M's future surf coaster model uses. I have no idea. I kind of think that this will be for if B&M wants to do their iteration of a sit down multi-launch coaster in the same vein as something from Mack or Intamin or Vekoma or whatever. And like it's gonna have like it I mean, this patent details an over-the-shoulder lap bar just like those do. But the most interesting thing to me on it was the fact that I think there's like a hydraulic piston system underneath the seat itself, which kind of enables the seat to go up and down according to where there are force spikes. According to where there are force spikes on a coaster's layout, which could make which is to aid the comfort level of forces and stuff. And
that's cheating. That's just cheating.
a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. Like B&M quite often will just come up with designs and patent them, even if they never use them.
They've
got so many patents for designs.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is a trend being set by parks, and they're going to manufacturers going, we want it to look like this, but we want you to build it. Can you make it look like this? And
to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if, because there's a lot of, I think like Zamperlo and like a lot of companies that specialize more in flat rides and stuff. Like people come to them with designs, and then they like license that design off them and then make it. Like it's happened a lot.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that's probably what someone like B&M would do. Is someone goes, I've got this design for a seat. B&M look at it and go, this could be pretty good. We might just paint into it so they don't go to our competition. Do you know what I mean? Like, this
Just
person's
hold
going
it.
around to all the
B&M flying
manufacturers.
coaster.
Yeah, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, we're known for our smooth, how smooth our coasters run. We don't
Build
want
quality
someone
at B&M is
else-
just
yeah.
miles above anything. Always will be. It's just so good.
But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one to see the future of that.
I
and
do
if
think,
anything
however,
actually comes
though,
out of it.
it might have come back as well from public feedback on rides. A lot of people see a clamshell and they're like, "Ooh, is that all that holds you in?" Like, I know a few people myself that have said that to me, and it's like, yeah, it is.
I think clamshells.
It is all you
clamshells,
need, but for like the average rider, they
Sure,
look at that
yeah.
and see that as a bit of
like they work very similar, but I think just the seeing 2 bars coming from above you
Correct.
rather than 1 bar coming from in front adds like a that's more secure than that.
it's a
But
weird
they
safety
work
sort of
the same.
It's been proven. It's been proven that people like rides just having a seatbelt installed like increases ridership. Like, and that's why Mac ended up just offering it to everyone, and Parks took it up because it just puts people's mind at risk. So even if it's it's a seatbelt that is actually pretty useless. It's just a lot of it to do with perception. But clamshells, I think some people do find them a bit uncomfortable as well. Again, if you've got like bigger thighs and stuff, like some people do moan that they can be uncomfortable.
Yeah, because they're so broad, they take up basically your entire thigh.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I've experienced that. My dad's experienced.
And like
that as well.
it's like even like just apart from that, like this isn't a complaint from me, but even like having when you do Shambhala, for example, when you're in that heat, like it gets sweaty. Do you know what I mean? Like just if you've got shorts on, it gets
what?
sweaty.
I actually forgot about that, but yeah,
it like it gets like sticky, because it's just there, and it's like say it's so broad, that might be a consideration. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
I made it because of sweat. There you go. That's a chain dog, sir.
Sweat. Make it sweat.
Chain dogs analysis.
Yes.
Yeah. So the big one. Genting or
It's closed.
Genting, however you want to pronounce it. Skyworlds has opened
Strap
up
yourselves in, gents.
yesterday. Yesterday it opened up. They've been doing kind of like they have actually been slowly doing previews of this since I think December last year or something. But officially it opened up yesterday. It looks like it's an interesting combination of rides, I'll say that much. But the park itself looks so nice. Like, it looks stunning, I think. It looks really, really impressive. I'll just try and get the website up now.
The back end towards the right, where it's over like the hill, looks just
they're taking a lot of inspiration from different parks, I feel like. So yeah, here we go. So, in terms of coasters, there's nothing stand out at the minute, because they're staggering some of their coasters. They're opening of them. A lot of them are like, it's called Set Point or something. Set Point. I'd never heard of that manufacturer, but they do a lot of like kiddie kind of suspended. They're like almost like suspended family coasters. That's what they look like, but they're like that sort of style of rides. But this Eagle Mountain one looks really cool.
Springs.
Basically Radiator Springs, but you're on a motorbike. So
it was really cool to see that. I'm glad someone did that because a few No Limits 2 creators have done them rides in the past, and they always seemed awesome to ride. So I'm glad someone's finally done it like that.
It does look cool, and like I say, like the theming looks good. Is this actually it? I'm guessing it is. Maybe someone actually been on it. I did not know anyone been on it.
Wow, look at that! That looks amazing.
So that was a year ago.
That's epic.
Maybe for filming media, people have ridden it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, no, it looks really. I don't know what this. Now.
You're on Reddit, bro.
Yeah, I'm on Reddit. Yeah, I have to be careful on Reddit.
That's an overview. It looks really cool.
an overview.
There's a lot of
that's not
construction photos on themeparks.com as well. Theme parks with an X, not a K.
There you go. That one's pretty cool.
Where is this park? Is it Malaysia?
Malaysia.
Yeah, so
Just on the border of Malaysia.
Yeah, it's Genting Highlands, Malaysia, is where it's at. It's pretty interesting kind of story to it's just like the timeline of its construction as well. It was announced in 2013 and construction started at the end of 2013. I'm just going off of the information that themeparks.com has provided on their updates, on their update thread of it. So yeah, construction started in December 2013, and I think it had it used to be 20. I think it used to be called 20th Century Fox World Malaysia, and with the deal with Disney that went through, that where they bought 20th Century Fox, I think just fallouts within that deal caused that park to rebrand in a way, and I think like opening dates got pushed back, and different things happened, and it eventually got to the point where was it bought by Genting, the developer, or
either way.
In any case, they were able to acquire it and be able to continue construction towards what it is now, and they're still able to utilize a bunch of IPs for the themed areas owned and produced by 20th Century Studios or 20th Century Fox as well. Me personally, I don't really have much connection to any of these IPs, but I mean, what they've been able to do with each area, it looks interesting. What they've
Night at the museum.
So Night at Museum is I can't remember the name of the rides, but like Ninjago and like the Spider-Man ride and like Midway Mayhem. It's just like no, it's more like not Ninjago. It's more like Midway Mayhem, where you have like guns and you shoot at screens and stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than.
Do you mean Midway Mania?
Midway Mania, yeah.
Oh, no way. The motorbike coaster was originally due to be themed on Sons of Anarchy. Sam that would have been so good.
Holy shit, that'd be sick.
That would have been epic. Yeah,
you could have had Clay there as in the pre-show, like
cool.
On a screen. Somebody kicks off.
I do agree with Sam on that. Night in Museum is a very outdated IP.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
it is. It's weird.
Cool, though.
It seems like they're just like the cheaper like licensing deals they've got. Like, I mean,
Sam Crow. Oh man, that would have been so good.
The exciting thing is they've got an SFX coaster that they're building that will be, and obviously like Mission Ferrari. I mean, how long has that been being built? Like, but it looks insane. Like,
it's still being built to this day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's meant to be opening this year, but I'm still yet to see any footage of it being like tested or
who fucking knows.
But it's been it's like 4 years now, maybe.
It's been a while.
I can see why they call it Skyworld.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Every picture I'm seeing is engulfed in clouds.
It is way up in what seems like mountain ranges.
Yeah, and the video was hilarious. They had like a song made for it, and it was like one of them typical theme park adverts where it's just like wild cheesy.
Also, that is a giant hotel they have for it. Is that actually a hotel? It's like this massive multicolored building that they have.
I don't know.
At one edge.
Can't see it. But it's but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a new theme park. It's interesting. This is the startings of it. It'd be exciting to see what it becomes. Really,
Absolutely.
if it becomes anything, if it might just completely flop. But
hopefully not.
a
couple of the areas do look really like once you like. Hopefully they do get the guest attendance to really have like a really energetic atmosphere in there, and I feel like a couple of those areas, once they have a lot of people like flowing through them, it could be a destination for that side of the world. Hopefully,
yeah. They just need to get some coasters built, really. And I have got a trackless dark ride in there. I think that's in the Epic part.
They got a few dark rides in there, aren't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, which is good, always good. But again, it's like they're themed around weird, obscure, like
yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
Out years ago, and I'm like,
it'll be interesting to see how much like guests gravitate towards the IPs.
It feels like more of a park that it's like you visit it because you're close, rather our family go and visit it because they're just like around the corner from it, rather than being like a destination that everyone goes to for that.
Because there are examples of studio parks out there with like movie IPs and TV IPs that straight up just no one cares about, and the parks haven't done as well as they may be projected because they just haven't had the draw. Like
so for example, right? Okay, what is it? Rivet Town, right?
Yeah,
it's based on
the Robots movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that come out in 2005.
Was it 2005?
Yeah.
Jesus,
2005 that film came out.
Was it?
What, Robots?
Yeah.
But
wait, really?
The thing is, though,
is it really that? Is it that old?
It might be an old IP, right?
2005.
Oh my god!
It looks cool in a theme park, and I think that's what
it does. It looks pretty cool, but it's also like, yeah, I guess you're right in a sense, because
that's just nostalgia for me. That film now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you think, okay, there's been films made out of rides, like Pirates of the Caribbean, for example.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So you can still take, an existing brand and turn it into something else, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is room for saying that, and it's kind of like what Europa Park are doing at the minute, aren't they? They're turning their rides into series, and so yeah, you can do it the opposite way around and be like, okay, well, it's not really about the film, it's just about the land. So yeah, no, I'll take that point. That yeah, and it, like you say, it looks like a cool area as well.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looked like if you were going to do a robot themed area, you needed robots that talked. What have you got in your IP list? Okay, this is robots. They talk. They look awesome. Yeah, let's do that. Colors are great. Like you can just see.
But then is it not like it? But then is it like not? Is it kind of also on that thing? Is it not like risky to like create this whole place on like this brand that you're gonna have to keep paying for when you could just make your own version of it? You know what I mean? Like they're still having to make get it all developed. Maybe they could have just like put their minds together and come up with some original concepts. Because that's the thing. Like you're gonna pay for an IP, you got to make it worth it.
They alone, not if it's Fox.
Night in the Museum, like that is like that film. Like, does any kids know that film exists? Is that something that kids?
That's what I was gonna say to the point of themed attractions and themed areas have been popular enough for the owner to then for the owner to then make media out of it, like film, like whether it be a film or a TV series and stuff. But like in the case of an intellectual property that most people haven't really thought about for a few years, for them for a park to create an attraction out of that and be able to draw people to the park to come experience the attraction, like that's a tall order for a park to do when it's an IP that is kind of out of the minds of a lot of guests. Carl makes a good point in the chat. If the IP isn't something that has a big series that has been relevant over a solid amount of years, it'll go outdated quick, and the potential to get a return on investment in the form of guests coming to the park for that IP is limited. In that sense.
And it's also like if Saw stopped making films after like number 3, I still think it would still have that pull, because it's an iconic film in a way, isn't it?
It's like Wallace and Gromit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wallace and Gromit.
They've
not done anything for ages. It's a big IP, and it worked.
You just read what I read.
No, I was just laughing at your reaction at the exact same time when Luke went, it's like Wallace and Gromit, and you just burst out laughing.
Oh,
I'm laughing at Carl and Emma having that.
Yeah, they're just having sort of like system meltdown in the chat there. I don't like robots. They freak me out.
Emma goes, don't like robots. They freak me out. Someone please turn up to wherever Emma's at in a cartoon robots costume next
Skynet,
please.
Skynet's coming for you in the form of robots. It's happening.
We know how to scare Emma now, so we know her fear. Robots. So
get a shit with robots on, Carl.
But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Like you say,
Robots is my favorite film. Fair enough.
Nice.
It's my favorite film. There you go. People like Cars too as well, apparently.
This area is perfect for you then.
So, but yeah, I'm excited to maybe one day visit it if I'm about the area, but I'm not rushing. There's a lot of other places I want to go first. I mean, that part of the world looks amazing anyway, so it's not always about getting to places that have theme parks, but also is. I don't know where I was going with that. I was kind of saying that, and I was like, no, I'm actually planning everywhere I go.
You're like right at the point. Let's just see where this goes. And you're like, fuck this. I'm trying to go to some parks, bro.
Yeah, mate, I'm trying to get everywhere. Man. What am I talking about?
Lake Garda as an excuse to go to Gardaland, so let's try that.
But I mean, you never know. Like robots, for example, we're getting hung up on just robots, but I think it's a good example. But it could be like a massive film, like in that part of the world. Like you know how there's always these cultural phenomenons.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Where it's I was talking to someone when we was filming like some rooms at Legoland, all their themed rooms, and Lego Friends, for example, which is like I don't know if you've been to Legoland, you'll see what Lego Friends World is. It's like where Heart Lake Harbor is and stuff, and it's basically like it's just like full on pink and like very Barbie-esque type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's apparently like massive, like in like Asia, and it's they are at the same level because it's about this group of best friends, and it's like it's films, it's like animated series. But they are at the level of like the Spice Girls were in the 90s. That they're like an actual phenomenon, and like they're just one of the biggest brands out there. Whereas in the UK, not that big. Still quite big, but not as big. And in America, it's really big as well, but just not over here. So you always have that. But like James Blunt, isn't it? James Blunt is like huge in like France. Like he's like one of the biggest stars in France.
We want to get we want to get rid of him.
Yeah,
take him.
But but yeah, like it's like one of them where robots could be a massive franchise, like Cars is. You know what I mean? Like Cars is still like a massive. Even you can
say the same about
Cars is awesome. Love Cars.
Yeah,
like Andromeda base area in there as well. Like based around. I think it's a 20th Century Fox movie called Andromeda or something like that, and like it's. You can see that in a lot of parks over on that side of the world, they'll have just looking at pictures of just like how Andromeda Base looks, this area. A lot of parks over on that side of the world have areas that sort of like resemble that in terms of the sort of like spacey, like almost Transformers-esque sort of sort of build and stuff like that. And I mean those kind of that kind of media is like it's quite popular to my understanding anyway. I could be a little off base, but like it's quite popular over in that side of the world. Obviously, like in the anime scene, you've got like, you know, the Gundam series that are hugely popular in Japan and have been for years now. So like that could, like, you could see a lot of popularity with that area once guests have gotten to the park and stuff, and that's where the SFX coaster is going to be at as well. They've got a few, like, you know, solid looking flat rides in there as well. So it'll be interesting.
It will be very interesting. So I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Phoenix or Phoenix. But
somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Crazy
that has started. Where is that again? What park is that? I forget.
That is at Farup Sommerland in Denmark.
Yeah. Started testing. I'm not even going to pull up the POV because it's not even going to work, is it? I'll try. Hold on. McCall is the one who brought this up, and he's just left. So we'll have to carry on, I guess.
Phoenix.
Projection says Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix. Brilliant. But yeah, it looks pretty solid to me. Has anyone else saw the POV yet?
I've not seen the POV, but I've seen the off rides. I need to see the POV.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm just trying to fill the space while the Mikhail comes back. I'll see if this actually works. Hold on, let me get it up. Here we go.
He's back.
Ignore my tabs.
Wow, that's a lot of tabs.
It's because I've been getting up all this stuff. Okay, so here we go. Is it January? Yeah, January 26th. This looks mad. It's looking...
Ooh, whippy.
Like, I've not even been following this coaster at all.
No, I didn't know it existed. Oh, wow.
I knew... I kept seeing the name crop up, but I've not really been... It looks nice, though. Can someone explain this for the podcast listeners to what we're watching?
Watching a cool coaster. Watch us on YouTube.
Through the station.
Very.
Wait, this is very Lex.
Oh, yeah.
Coaster.
That's very, nice S-bends, quick S-bends.
Ooh, airtime. Nice.
Yeah, it's just Vacoma's latest iteration of their newer generation sit down model. It looks really fun. Yeah.
It does.
I love, look, you know what I mean? Like, that station building looks so nice. Man.
Yeah.
Like, European parks they just know what to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just know.
These coasters for the parks like this are massive undertakings. Like, and they go all out with it. Whereas we're always like, okay, what you built that now? What the fuck's next? Like, we need to let parks build good shit. You know what I mean? Instead of rushing them to do the next thing. Like, do something great. Wicker Man was a great example of that.
I was going to say, like, Wicker Man is an example. I think, and Smiler. I think Smiler gets...
Yeah, for sure.
Smiler sometimes gets overlooked because, it kind of... There's not many coasters like Smiler where you have that massive, like, marmalizer in the middle of it. Like, that is insane. Like, obviously, they fell short of what was the concept, what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But I still think it's very impressive, and it's like we can tell by the way we're going that we're getting somewhere. You know, we had Swarm, which still looks awesome. That area looks great.
Yeah,
that was a step in the right direction. Then Smiler, then Wicker Man. We're going in the right direction. I feel like we're leaning towards the European style theming examples.
Yeah,
you know, apart from the Disney's and Universals, like you got to separate them out.
Yeah,
in a way.
But you've got like Exodus. I wonder how they're going to go with that. I hope
depends what they're going to theme it to, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hope it's.
We have no idea what it'll be themed.
I mean,
so.
like, That ride's got so much potential, like to be themed to something really fucking cool, like really cool.
Yeah,
And it's the tallest coaster in the UK as well, so it's like, it needs to. I think it needs to separate itself from the other tall coasters in the UK, where it has to have a good solid theme, a good solid story, and it needs to look awesome.
You can't just unless you've got stunning views, like for example, Portaventura can get away with like doing minimal theming on Shambhala because the views kind of speak for themselves. Pleasure Beach is on the seafront.
Yeah,
you can see it looks really nice when you get up there. Like that speaks for itself. Thorpe is like a view of Staines. Yeah, you get in views of the other coasters, which is cool. But yeah, yeah. They need to like do something else other than just like it's the tallest coaster. Like we want theming, like we want it. Yeah. Like Thorpe needs it as well. It really needs it. The coaster is going to be good. It is going to be good because we're basing it on UK stuff. So yeah, it's going to be good. We know it is.
Yeah.
But it's we need that theming, and but I'm just having a look at Summerland, right? Just checking out what other.
I was just about to say, going back to the topic. Projection in the chat said it's pronounced Phoenix. So I was right when I got when I said it off. Before we started recording.
So this place is giving me like Plopsaland vibes in terms of like they're like the demographic.
This is what
that's Dieu's Summerland.
Oh, is it different?
Yeah, they're two different parks.
So what is this one at?
Phoenix is at Farup Summerland.
Farup.
Yeah.
Didn't even know those two.
Yeah, two
different.
They both look like really cool parks though.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, it looks like it's like I say like Plopsaland because for example they've just had like Rider Happiness, and it's like they started off as a kids park and now they're like stepping it up, and it's like
NL2 render on the front page of the website there. Big up NL2.
Well, they've got some good stuff there, and this is what I hope to see like Portland's Park the way they're going, where it's like they're going in the right direction.
They get a Vekoma like that. I'm all over that. That would be epic. That looks so good in that render. That looks
it looks so good.
That station building looks gorgeous, man.
It's nice. The color palette and everything. I love green roller coaster track, man.
I just love the fly through. The fly through just works so well.
I love fly throughs that actually do something through the fly through. Like like if you get on if you see like with GCIs have made like the fly through, like they've done a lot of fly throughs on their wooden twister coasters, but like it's just straight track. Like it's just straight.
Because it's a wooden coaster though. What can you do?
No, but like I'm not saying they should put a roll on these old GCIs and stuff, but like
why not?
Yeah.
But like obviously they'll only do what they're able to do, but like with Let Coaster where it rolls through the station, and then with this where it rolls through the station, I think there's a couple of GCIs that like put like a shallow airtime hill as the station fly through, and then like it's just like with GCIs it's obviously super fucking loud because it's a wooden coaster. It just like it's nice to see something else. Like I mean they could even they could even have like like a highly banked turn on a wooden coaster as the station fly through, or just something else other than.
I think the nature of how GCIs are like planned and plotted, it's really difficult because they have a really specific way of how they do their supports and stuff, don't they? Where
obviously dense wooden structure and stuff. Like
they're really limited. Like it's like to the point where like only like two places can interact if like it's only straight or something. And I don't know, in a way I kind of like that about GCIs, how they're just kind of like I still want just like woodies. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think everything needs to be from my point of view.
For sure, yeah.
Like GCI just have like their own thing going on, and I don't know. I think it's a fair comparison for other coasters. I think more still, especially steel coasters, need to like embrace the fly through and do things like this.
1,000%. I agree. 100%.
I think that's the, for me anyway, that's a fair comparison. Let's get the other like manufacturers getting on this thing.
Yeah,
and I think we'll start seeing that, you know, just like
one of the biggest things
take on RMC elements and stuff. Go on, mate.
One of the biggest things for me about station fly-throughs, I mean, it is kind of fly-through, is the swarm, how that was executed, going over the top. That is so damn good. Like,
it is, That was an interesting take on it, especially like that looks really good. Obviously, I've not been to Fright Nights yet, but like, but at night in that station, and you see like, you know, the train has the red lights on it. You see that fly past. Like that must be a really cool visual.
It is.
Like when you're in the station waiting to get on
from above on the track on the train and from below as well. That's what I like about it. The interaction between the two different viewpoints you're going to get, because if you're on the left, you get a different viewpoint. From the right, you get a different viewpoint. And if you're looking down, you still, you know, it's
and
cool.
it's a steel coaster, so it's obnoxiously loud.
No, it's not. It just kind of goes.
I love that. I like
noise,
having that. I love that GCI
noise.
that loudness though. I gotta say, like when you're waiting in the station for like Troy, like it's pretty special. It's like it's just insane. But like I think I think the problem with especially like Swarm's a great example of this is the netting just spoils it, man. Like I don't think it gets talked about enough. Like if you're gonna do these, like, you know, go over crowds and stuff, can we just have a bit of forward planning rather than opening it and being like, oh, netting because everyone takes things in their pockets, like sort of thing. Like, let's just
remember when there was a kind of beans.
The only place that I know of that's really kind of alleviated that would be Fly. Because I've heard of the security that you go through in the queue.
Well,
in terms of everything being removed from your pockets before you get on that ride.
It's like what you. It's like
there's a glaring elephant in the room here right now. It's over in Florida.
That's what I was going to say.
Year.
I was going to say that. But
Velocicoaster, they did put that cage over the walkway and stuff.
Yeah, because people were throwing things up at the train, not because people were dropping stuff out.
That's a different thing, really, isn't it? Like that's people throwing stuff at the train. But like, I just think
who does that?
I know,
someone who likes fish.
But that's a different thing, though, isn't it? That's like trying to make sure, like, obviously Universal will learn a lesson from that and be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't like build something below guests. That could easily be that happen to, but you know, even with that, at least they put in like a permanent thing rather than just like some horrible netting. Then they just leave. They just leave, like, you know, like you say, like a kind of, like, I think it was a yogurt or something. Yogurt pot was up there for like years, and I'm like, can someone just like. It was something like that. I was like, can someone just like get something and just get it down? Like, can I just do it? Do you want to just pass me a broom and just get it down? Like, it's really not
it's
that
like
hard.
When your ball gets stuck on the roof and you like just whack it off.
I'm like, I can't, like, it's like, I can't believe that. It's like, if I worked there as like a ride, I would be like, I will just stay overtime and I'll get rid of that. Can we just do it? Like, the fact that it just stayed there for so long. So
the best part now is with the whole situation, all the masks that have we played a game on Colossus.
But the thing is, because
how many masks we could count.
Yeah, but because everyone has like different like coloured masks, it just looks like loads of like pants.
Yeah,
like it doesn't even look like masks. It just looks like pants everywhere. And I'm like, what?
Part vibes.
Yeah. That's like I say, that's the only thing is I just don't like seeing just the netting everywhere. Like, at least if you had a cage, it would just look like you could put that into the theming or something and do something like that. But the netting just does my head in. Sorry.
Sorry
for you netting fans.
On a t-shirt.
Some things do become iconic, like Dorita Duck.
I've got So what wasn't on the list, what I was going to quickly talk about, was what people in the comment think about the Merlin news about them changing their food provider, which is pretty big news, I think, because obviously Merlin brought all their food catering in-house years ago when they kicked KFC and well, not at Thorpe and stuff, but
apart from Thorpe,
mostly
yeah.
apart from Thorpe. But they kicked out,
Midwest.
McDonald's and Burger King and stuff out. And now they're going to an outside food supplier to do all their food needs. So my only reservation about this is one, pizza and pasta buffet that's going to change, which is going to be tragic. I think they'll still do it, but it's going to be.
Oh, that couldn't have been better timing.
And also our favorite, Luke.
Go sick
ours. Woodcutters. The food's going to change.
Are they going to change the menu, or are they just going to change?
No, they might.
The
I don't think they're going to change the supplier, but that's going to change the taste of the food. So, for example, I always say like pizza and pasta buffet. Like objectively, it's not good pizza, but it's specifically pizza pasta buffet, and I like it.
Yeah,
in its own way. Like I like that pizza because it's just like I wouldn't say nostalgic because it's not been around that long, but it's just like I'm used to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's
you know what to expect.
You know what to expect. It's like
a level of expectation from pizza pasta. It's not going to blow you away, but the garlic bread is the best thing that's there.
Yeah,
but it's just like it's one of them. It's just you know what you're going to expect. Now we're going to be going in like, what's it going to be like?
Yeah,
so it's
going to be
one thing that I've just thought of. Is this going to affect the sit-down restaurants at Merlin Parks as well? Like, is Woodcutters going to get affected?
Yeah, it's going to be everything. It's going to be everything.
Going to get affected.
Is this starting now, or is this starting like later?
It's going to be starting this season. Yeah.
So we're going to basically, because we're doing roller coaster restaurant, aren't we? So we'll get a high end stuff.
I'm sure there'll be some. I'm sure there'll be some kind of transition period. Sure.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
It's a big operation, so it might not be like straight away. It might be like a slow process. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be happening this year. Apparently, one of the biggest things is that like that. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I don't know if it's just speculation at the minute, but. I'll save that to another time until it gets thingy. But
let's not get anyone in trouble.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's an interesting topic because it's a big move for Merlin. Obviously, it's a cost cutting exercise because you'd think they probably lost a lot of money through COVID in terms of food storage, food wastage.
Yeah.
So it's not that surprising that they're now thinking, wow. If it's the right company to go with, but yeah, it's going to change. It's definitely going to change the food. It's going to change Burger Kitchen's onion rings, which are god tier level onion rings. I've got to say,
it's good in Burger Kitchen.
Yeah, I like the chips. The chips are good at Burger Kitchen.
Chips aren't hard to make, laddie. Let's be honest.
But they're like skin. They're like skin. They're not cheap. When you go someplace and they're like cheapy fries. Yeah, these are like skin on fries type of chips. That's what I like about Burger Kitchen. But yeah, what does no one's talking anything about it in the chat, so we'll move on.
Well, Ben said, now will that mean that the cost goes up?
Probably.
I don't think it will.
Will the cost of food go up and stuff?
I don't think the cost of food will go up. I think they would have. I think Aramark, they're called. I think Aramark. I think they're like a good, like, not budget. Well, yeah, like because it's like UK wide and America, like or Merlin's Florida operations as well. They're gonna come with a good deal, surely.
Yeah, and I suppose whereas like Merlin in the UK buying a bunch of produce that they're gonna have to stock. They can only buy so much because they can only store so much. Whereas a big company like that, because they're providing to other companies as well,
Yeah,
they're going to be
a
getting
huge company.
massive deliveries, have place to store it, so they can end up saving
They'll have
more on the
warehouses.
bulk ordering costs.
I think like, well, Matt said he rates Burger Kitchen. I don't think, like, when you judge a park on like just theme park food, like, I think the level of food at most of the Merlin parks is good standard compared to a lot of other places I've been to. Like Flamingo Land, I didn't think was very good.
No.
Portons is pretty good. Their new place in Tornado Springs, that's really, really good food. But yeah, I think traditionally when you think of what we used to eat at Alton Towers, the level of food has gone up. You know, unless you was going to Macca's and stuff, I think it's come a long way. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens, but it's going to be a big change. I think they have. I saw on a tweet someone kept asking, "Is it going to be still like discounted on your Merlin annual pass?" And I believe it is, but I don't know.
Better ad be.
Yeah,
because it's been
that is one of the selling points.
That's one of the main reasons I get it, because I always eat at the theme parks. Like, I don't, I always go to Woodcutters. I always go to like Pizza Pasta. Like, that's what I do. And having the pass, that helps pay for it. If you know what I mean. So
yeah. So that would be a big change. That I think if they do change that, it won't be this year. Probably won't be next year. It'll probably be in years to come. You know, as they do this transition and they see like the how much everything's costing up and stuff. But yeah, I think the main thing is
that's a good point in the chat.
I think a lot Merlin probably have the best theme park food in the UK, but there isn't much competition. Yeah, true. Yeah. I think Pleasure Beach is pretty good, but a lot of their food suppliers are like they're their own entity anyway. You know, like them food stalls in like
Pleasure Beach
FY4,
way too expensive.
But I think that's because they're all outside outlets. You know,
yeah, I get that.
Food and everything. I think they pay. I don't know this for sure, but this is what I've heard from like reliable people. And a lot of the places, except for like Coasters, and they're like, the sit down places.
And it's funny you say that, because that is one of the cheapest places to eat. At a park, like. Full stop. It's
probably because that is operated by them, I think.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah. But
that's
on the other places,
the one place that I find really weird at how they're going to work it with getting the new suppliers in is Thorpe. The fact that they still have KFC, they still have Burger King there, and also over in Ranger County, is it? Place where they chucked all the kids' rides for a bit. They had that curly fries place. That wasn't owned by Merlin.
No.
Oh, was it not?
Get a Merlin discount there.
No, you couldn't get a Merlin discount.
I think
maybe
such
a weird thing.
Chessington also just recently got Tortilla as well.
Yeah, they got Tortilla. Like all these parks. They got
saying that even at Towers though, the Indian place, that isn't, is it? That's also an outside one. You know where they
that is an outside one. Yeah, that is an outside one.
Wait, what?
That's one of my
the one in Mutiny Bay. Yeah.
Bro, if you get their wrap, it's so good. Like
I did not know that.
Good food.
You know, and also they have got two ones. They've got Mutiny Bay and then Dark Forest as well. You know, the chips.
Oh, of course they have. Yeah.
That's the same base, but you can't get a discount there because it's not Merlin. So they still have them too.
It's very odd.
Something Express. What is it called now? I can't remember.
Dan put Eastern Express.
Is it Eastern Express?
Yeah, Dan just said yeah. So that's hit and miss. Sometimes, like if you have like the chips from there and they're just cooked really, really nice. But if they're like a bit like
hot.
Like when you get chips from like a Chinese takeaway, where if they're left too long, they just go like horrible.
Yeah,
like
but when they're done,
but when they're crispy on the outside, oh man. I don't know.
It depends where you live.
It depends where you live though, because if you live in Manchester, then it's different because you get chippy chips from Chinese takeaways. But if anywhere else,
we do get fries, kind of like fries here. Yeah, we do.
What? Yeah, but whereabouts do you live again?
Rochdale.
Yeah, Rochdale. Yeah, I guess you just.
It's outside of Manchester.
It's outside of Manchester though.
Give over.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
not.
it's not that
It's
far
still
away.
pretty close
But I
to
don't live in. I don't live in
Look, you said
Birmingham.
the
Even though
other
it's
day
20
you live
minutes.
outside of Manchester.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
I'm 20 minutes from
kebab-
Birmingham. I don't live in Birmingham. Like,
our kebab shops, all of them do fries. Like that is. They don't do chippy chips.
Yeah, kebab shops. I'm on about if you go to a. This is mad tangent.
Chinese.
I'm saying there's a lot. This is like I remember
We
the
cannot
first
stay
time.
on topic for shit tonight.
We're talking about food, aren't we? Let's go.
No. Yeah, Dan in the chat, he knows where
Orange
it's at.
chips.
Orange chips
Yeah.
are the one. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But no, if you go like when we go up to our friends in Manchester, all their chip shops are like Chinese takeaways, and they do proper chippy chips. Whereas where I'm from, a chip shop is like kebab shop. It's like the same thing, but it's just different. So like it's just different. It's a little bit different.
That's strange.
It's a little bit different. It's caused a lot of confusion in the past because I've gone Chinese chips and like that's just chip shop chips. I'm like, no, it's not. It's different. They're different. So you get the odd place that there's Chinese chips. Most of them are chippy chips.
Chip shops up here are just
there you go.
It's just chips.
Yeah, but that's your
chips.
definition. That's your definition of chip shop, but
Fries,
it's just different.
Chips.
Yeah.
It depends
fries,
whether they're
you ask
Greek
for
owned.
fries.
It depends
Like
whether
chips,
they're
you ask for
Greek
chips.
owned or they're Chinese owned. It just depends. Like
I
it
literally
goes from region to
say
region.
if I want fries,
That's interesting.
I ask for fries.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? Like it
If
blew
I
my
want
mind when I
chips,
realised that.
I want chips. It's a different thing.
Chip-tastic.
like chip shops are literally like our Chinese takeaways.
God, it's
do
chips.
just normal. like they do fries. Like they're a bit thicker, but they do fries. But
What
they're not the same. They're not the same as the chip shop chips though.
Yeah, they do. They do like
in Leeds anyway. I can't speak about anywhere else, but
so where you go and get your chip shop.
I'm just leaning straight into the chat. I'm just leaning right into the tangent.
Salford is its own thing. Salford is
so
its own thing.
where you go? So Mikhail, when you go to a chip shop, what you would say a chippy chip shop, proper chip shop.
Yeah.
Can you get a kebab there?
No.
For me, yeah.
I mean,
you can tell it's a kebab. The kebabs are massive. You know whether the kebab or not in there.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah, but you can see the kebab. You can see the kebab skewers.
No,
he's like massive spinning round.
Yeah, nah, then.
So they're not Greek. There won't be Greek-owned chip shops then.
Okay.
But all the ones in the Midlands are normally Greek-owned.
Too posh, mate.
I've got Greek.
Yeah, that's like the norm. That's like a normal
other,
chip shop in the UK.
Yeah, normally they are Greek owned.
Yeah,
we have two Greek owned and a Chinese owned.
We don't have any.
It's closer. It's closer than bloody Rochdale.
It is. I apologize for any Americans listening. Probably just have no fucking clue.
Yeah, they just think we're talking about
unless you're enjoying it.
We're not talking.
We thought this was a coaster podcast, and now they're talking about chippy chips.
Chippy chips and Chinese chips.
They're going to be like, why have you got so many types of crisps? Like,
yeah, if you're from America, oh my god, yeah, you're lost.
Going on?
We are not talking about these types of.
No,
we're talking about
Lays,
fries.
no Walkers. We're talking about like fries, basically.
Okay, so last thing we've got to talk about is this thing. So Iron Man coaster, it flies.
Oh, apparently.
Wait, now what?
First flying coaster. So this is the new the promo art for Iron Man coaster trains at Disneyland Paris, Avengers Campus.
Is this Avengers Campus Paris? Okay.
Yeah.
Projection said, "What is a chippy, Americans?"
It's basically fish and chips. Just that's it. That's
so like yeah.
Alison, I'm clueless but now hungry.
Just talking about chippy chips.
I'm starving. I've not had any dinner yet.
So yeah, if you're from America, obviously a lot of people know this because it's like a meme by now, isn't it?
Yeah.
How we call fries chips and you call crisps. We call oh my god. But a place in the UK, where you can there's just shops where you can just get chips, fish and chips basically, and we call them chippies. So yeah, that's it. If you go to Epcot, you
basically
can go to
the fish and chips, the fish and chips that you find in the Leaky Cauldron and the Three Broomsticks at Universal. Like we have shops that sell just that.
Yeah,
it's like a specific type. It's like a specific type of potato that makes them chips, I think.
And the way it's cut, they're not.
Yeah, they're cut very differently.
They're super thick. Is it a
chunky? Is it a
thick? Super thick.
It's a cred
with two C's.
It's come over here and be like a proper
Oh yeah, coasters, deep fried cream eggs, you name it, we'll batter it.
Oh yeah, I've had a deep fried Mars bar before. That was Anyway, can we get back onto theme park?
Anyway,
so this is the coaster, Iron Man coaster. That is.
I cannot remember why I put this in the list of news topics.
It's just news, isn't it? It's just news, man.
Is Avengers Campus at Disneyland Paris gonna get a flying Spider-Man through the air? I want.
Will someone very good.
I'm guessing they will, because it's like the only good thing about. It's the only good thing about Avengers Campus is the flying thing. Rest of it. I mean,
you really hate it, don't you?
No,
you know what it is, right? Like, it's becoming more and more apparent that Disney dropped the ball with Avengers.
It looks cheap, man. Like, it looks so cheap. Like, by Disney standards, like if Universal did it, I could kind of understand. Like, it's on the same level to me as like not the ride sense, but you know, like how Fast and Furious just looks cheap. Like the facade looks cheap. Like, it just looks like not enough budget's been spent on it. That's what Avengers looks like for me. What are you laughing at?
He's laughing about the chips again.
No. I'm just remembering how fucking terrible Fast and Furious is.
Yeah, it's honestly so bad. But like,
no. That's putting it nicely. It's definitively the worst dark ride I've ever done.
Yeah, wow. But away from the dark ride, right? Away from the dark ride, it just doesn't. It looks like it just doesn't look. It doesn't look nice. And you know, I haven't been an experienced Avengers Campus, but I've seen all the just like walkthroughs of it and stuff, and it just doesn't look great to me. It just looks like a college campus. I know that's what it kind of is in the films, but I don't know. It just looks very concrete-y. It doesn't look like, when you look at like Galaxy's Edge, like, come on, like, you can't compare the both.
Well, it's like people who have been and experienced it, I don't think have gravitated towards everything that the current Avengers Campus has had to offer. Like the reception, like the general consensus on the reception of the Web Slingers Spider-Man ride hasn't been great. Like, everyone's just comparing it to the Amazing Spider-Man ride at Islands, which is still to this day. I mean, that ride opened with the park in '99. It's still to this day one of the best dark rides in the world. Yeah,
like even now, like, it blows you away. Like,
literally,
when I did
it still has as much quality, if not even, it still has as much quality today as it did when it opened. And it's like the
visuals have been changed, but the general ride system itself and the concept is still the same.
Still the same storyline, still the same.
It changed, like, and this is for me like what kind of summed it up. I'm like, okay, maybe it's unfair to. It's in some sense, it's like you shouldn't compare the two, but also, yes, we can compare the two, and Disney should have realized that people are gonna compare like one of the greatest dark rides of all time that changed dark rides forever, and then they just stick in Ninjago, like, and call it Spider-Man.
The thing is, in the grand scheme of what I think Disney wanted Avengers Campus to be, it included a proper e-ticket attraction.
Yeah.
Which has been talked about in the form of some kind of Avengers ride, which includes like a battle, like a sort of like a battle scenario in Wakanda, right? And that's been included in in like just everything that is going to encapsulate Avengers Campus. I think that ride was originally supposed to be like included in like a phase 2 of the area.
Yeah, it's like bringing an Infinity War sort of.
Yeah, exactly. And that would essentially make the Web Slingers Spider-Man ride the sort of like just like the secondary attraction in the area,
which is what it should be. Yeah,
which is what it should be. Yeah. So, like, basically, the area has opened with its secondary attraction first, and its main attraction, which is supposed to draw everyone, isn't there right now.
Well, to be fair, let's be honest. The real main attraction is flipping. What's it called? Oh my god! Why can't I think of it? You know, what's it called? Tower of Terror. That was
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
what's it called?
Mission Breakout?
Mission Breakout. That's it. So to me, it feels like Disney did that refurb when this has gone really well. People really like it. I mean, in my opinion, you shouldn't change that concept because it's one of the greatest concepts Disney have ever come up with. But from the POVs I've seen, it's decent. They did a decent job of redoing that ride and did it well. And it seems like they've gone like, that will do. That's the e-ticket attraction now. That's it, and that is probably the best looking thing in that entire area. So it'll be interesting to see what Disneyland Paris do with it because they're building it pretty much from the ground up, whereas California Adventure is kind of just like trying to fit it into an.
And it seems like they're going to be reopening what used to be Rock and Roller Coaster as an Iron Man themed roller coaster, as well as the Web Slingers Dark Ride as well. Yeah. So like it's not just like the initial success of the area isn't just going to hinge entirely on the Web Slingers ride. There's going to be something else in there as well. Also, projection in the comments is
it is. It is Luca.
A little late. Yeah. Projection in the comments just says Avengers Campus feels like what a modern day Marvel comic area would look like at Islands of Adventure. And I agree with that a lot because I just generally think that Universal would have done a much more intensive job with the MCU universe in terms of turning that into a themed area than Disney has done.
Sorry, man.
No,
I was going to say, I just feel like from both ends, right? Like Marvel deserves to be done well, man. Marvel is like
100%.
Such a six. Do you know what I mean? It deserves to be done well, and Disney also deserves to have amazing areas, and they should. And like, I just don't understand how they've just created this land, and it just looks just so basic, and it's like maybe it's just going with Avengers Campus was always going to end up like that because it's not very imaginative. It's set in our world, which is just like, I mean, when you see the Avengers Campus in the films, it's meant to just look like your everyday place, like a bit modern.
They should have done the shit.
A little bit. That's a good point, actually.
And they shouldn't have set it in there. They should have set it in any of the other like places out of Marvel. Would have just looked like Pandora looks amazing. Like, why couldn't they just done something set on another universe, like another planet? They could have had so much things. Yeah, Asgard. Imagine that. Imagine if they'd done that. They could have they could have made their own storylines.
Rainbow Bridge.
There.
Oh man,
I just don't get why they had to go with a part of that, the most probably boring part of Avengers, which is like when they're at the HQ. Like that's always like the filler in the movies. Like, we're in here. You know what I mean? Like, why base it all on that? I don't get it. And I think that's the core of it. Is for Disney, they should have done something otherworldly because that's what they're about.
It's just interesting to think about what Universal could have done if they were in the position where they could take advantage of the MCU IP for an area. And
I
stuff
agree
because I don't know how well known this is, but like for the Wizarding World area, or just like the Wizarding World as an IP, as potential IP for an attraction or area that was pitched to Disney. That was
Universal. No, Disney.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling and Warner Bros. Anybody in the comments correct me correct me on any details I might get wrong here, but like, Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling initially reached out to Disney first to see what they could do with it.
Did. Yeah.
I've heard
and they came back with just like, it was kind of like a half-baked attraction.
I think it was attraction, and it was the attraction, and it was also the fact that J.K. Rowling didn't want to have like any like Coca-Cola brands, like any big brands,
no, she didn't
visible in the area and stuff. They didn't want to just be able to sell like Coca-Cola on stands,
right?
And they couldn't commit to that, and they were just like, no. But like you say, it was just like one attraction rather than a world. And then Universal just like, yeah, we can do that. We'll come up with. I mean, you can get like even the water in there is like branded as like
Gilly water,
you know,
or something.
So that's the level of immersion you want, really, and that's why they went down that route. But yeah, they said we'll do full on world, and that's what they got, and it's incredible. It's amazing.
And now it's basically to the point where J.K. Rowling basically just trusts Universal Creative with any future. With any future areas or attractions going forward, like Universal Creative basically just have free reign over how they want to manipulate that IP, as well as Fantastic Beasts as well. So bringing it full circle, it's going to be interesting to see what happens at Epic Universe in 2025.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, no, we'll see. Anyway, guys, I think we have wrapped the show up now.
I think that
we've been going for a long time.
Might be curfew.
It is curfew. That's it. Party's over. Drink the drinks.
lights on in the bar.
Lights up. Come on, guys. Go.
See you all. Velvet Coaster Friday.
Yeah, we was gonna have a good chat about that as well, weren't we? But yeah, it's obviously, if you're from the UK, you know,
there's been too much to talk about tonight.
If you're going, let us know if you're going to Pleasure Beach this weekend. If so, we'll see you on Friday in Velvet Coaster. It's going to be good. I'm taking it easy on Friday night because I don't want to ruin my weekend. But I'm still gonna have a good time.
To be fair,
yeah, I've learned from my the Pleasure Beach experience weekend to. I've learned that I'm not 21. Do you know what I mean? I'm not 21 years old. To be fair, I did pretty well that weekend. I still got.
I missed that weekend. Good so much. That was so good. I want to go back to that weekend.
Yeah.
And actually get to the hub bar before all the German beer.
Oh God, yeah, but, I forgot about that. And they ran out of German beer. I'm like, oh, you kidding? That was honestly. I genuinely thought I was gonna cry, like. Because I basically, everyone was like drinking Steins, and I was like, okay, I'm going to film for a bit, and then I'll go and get a Stein. Yeah. And then by the time I'd finished filming, I went to the bar, and I was like, yeah, we've run out. And I was like, what? I was
like, you fucking kidding?
What? That was just one of the saddest times ever. But yes, it's going to be a good one. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Cheers, has anyone got anything to talk about, plug? Want to get the
quickly
message out?
Virtual Towers Online fans. This weekend, something will drop on our YouTube channel, so make sure you go over and subscribe. You don't want to miss this.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. There was something I was going to say actually. Yes, Treehouse Coasters, their quiz.
Aha!
Right, their quiz. We need to talk about that. They gave us a nice little shout out on the last one. Chain Dogs. They said how nice.
How I'm in the final.
Which was nice. And you're in the final. Chris from Screw Loops in the final, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think.
Easy.
Bobby Hilly's in the final. He won last episode. Who else is in it? Is Sam in it? Maybe.
Easy.
I think Sam might be in it. Is Sam's? I don't know if Sam's there anymore. He might be gone. But yeah. It's going to be Is it next month or this month?
I think next month. Yeah,
next month.
Dan's in it.
Dan is in it. It's going to be a killer final, and there's an actual award. Have you seen the award?
Luke, these are big words. You're gonna regret. You're gonna eat.
Have you seen the award he's had made up?
No, I haven't.
It looks good, man. Let me just find it. It's a proper. He's had a proper award made, proper engraved and everything.
What is it? A big trophy or some shit or something?
It's not massive, but it's a trophy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it will sit lovely on a shelf behind me right there. I'll polish it every day. I'll look after it. I promise.
Luke, you are representing the chain dog.
If you lose, I will get you a trophy that says I'm shit.
And I will look after it every day and polish it on my shelf.
You'll quite literally polish a turd because I'll make sure it's a turd trophy.
Where is it? He literally posted it the other day. And I was super impressed that as a proper award. And it says 20 where is it? Come on, before we go.
I just want we need to do like not a diss track, but like a bit of like a wrestling promo against each other. I'd be way up for that.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna make a surprise entrance at some point.
Do it.
I'll be like John Cena.
Yeah,
just come in.
You were shit.
I'm part of it now. Yeah, mate. I must have imagined this photo.
Did you dream about it? Was it
no,
a dream?
No. I saw it the other day. Joe, back me up.
He was dreaming about the intro he was going to make after I win, and it shows that the chain dogs have won. That's what he was doing.
Did he? Like,
so basically, what you're telling me is I won by association.
Yes,
I'll take that.
Well, Kyle is the smartest. He wins.
Is that how you're gonna win? You're just gonna have Mikhail on a call.
I'll have you just like
mate. I'm just like I win quizzes without even being in attendance.
Yeah,
like that's how good I am.
Use the force, like Grogu.
But yeah, I'll definitely be tuning into that. I can't find this photo.
You can't find it.
How is it not here? I'm so confused.
Oh, Dan says here it is.
Here it is. Oh, maybe you can't post a link.
Oh,
Dan, quickly
post a link.
Quickly send it me on Twitter. Quickly link me on Twitter.
Quick time.
Quick.
While he's doing that, I'll say that on the channel recently, on Coast Gen's YouTube channel recently, we haven't been posting much, but we'll be going back to our streaming schedule after my week off. I am away for a week, but then after that, we'll be streaming again.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. When does this week start? That you're over in Blackpool for?
Yeah, I'm at Pete's from tomorrow.
From tomorrow. Oh, okay.
And then until Thursday. So like,
it's KA Coasters. Oh, sorry, it's K. Wait, it's KA Coasters.
Yeah, Treehouse Coasters is
KA Coasters.
Yeah,
no, it's different.
Yeah. No,
yeah, they're two different people.
They're two different things. Sorry, I got them completely mixed up. KA Coasters, our good friends.
Oh wow!
Shit! That'd look great next to all of these medals, like the one when I climb up the big one. Yeah,
cream of the drop.
I like it. Okay,
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry for getting Treehouse Coasters.
But Treehouse Coasters has been.
Sorry, I love all the tags for you, Sean.
They're closely linked. But I've met them at towers and stuff, and such a good guy.
They're amazing people.
They're really
big shout out to KA Coasters for doing this. Like it was so much fun when I was on the quiz. Like I'm really looking forward to going against these guys, and it's going to be good. Can't wait. Bring it on.
You're disowned if you don't bring back that trophy.
I want to win that trophy.
Do it for us. Do it for us, bro.
You're off the chain dogs if you don't get that trophy.
No, that can't happen.
All right. Okay, everyone, guys. If we don't see you at Velvet Coaster or at Pleasure Beach, we'll see you next Wednesday. Can't wait to live it up this weekend. See you later.
We don't see you at Velvet Coaster. What
drunk.
the fuck are you doing with your weekend? I'm joking.
Yeah, James. Yeah, James. What are you doing?
Newcastle Lake.
I'm going to Newcastle.
See you.